friends, camera wobble. I got a slightly different thing going on today. We are doing a bit of a camera review, canvas review. And I have my window open, so you might hear some New York City noises. But yes, this is one of those new Liquitex Recycled Canvases thing going on, which I fully understand is a gimmick. But at the same time, I'm like, let's try this out anyway. Canvases, I hit the camera. This thing claims to be made of, just from 4 recycled plastic bottles. And that's the whole thing. And they have this whole thing in the back. Let's take a look at that. Whoop. Come on, focus. Yeah, canvas cloth is made with 100% recycled plastic bottles, 100%. Even the wood, I guess, and fastened to FSC certified wood. It's blah blah blah, both for acrylic and oil paint. High quality surface is tested. Blah blah blah. We get the idea. My camera's gonna wobble a little bit. There's a little website. I don't know how much of this is recycled, and canvases can sometimes be a little funky. A lot of canvases, the cheap ones, will have absolutely no weight to it. I'm looking at Michael's. I'm looking at those random cheap canvases from Five Below that you'll just pick it up and it'll be completely weightless. It will have nothing to it. This, from the bat, definitely have some heft to it. It has some lift. And that actually speaks as a really good sign. The heavier canvases, usually the better quality it is. And it comes with some of those. The keys, yes, that is what they're called. And I'm going to paint a little bit on it. And I'm going to see how much leakage there is when you use oil paint on a canvas, regardless of the canvas. The gesso is supposed to stop absorption from the oil, and the pigment separates after you paint with oil paint. And the oil itself tends to leak into the canvas. A lot of old canvases, you'll see that it's stained on the back side from the oil that leaked through. And we are going to see how much of that is going on. Regardless of the canvas quality, that is probably going to happen. That's why they suggest you put an extra layer of gesso on top. Gesso or gesso, someone correct me on the pronunciation. And we're going to have some painting on this, and we're going to see how it is. And that is what we're doing. And yeah, camera wobble. Yes, okay. Be back in like 5 minutes. Okay, so we got the lines down, and I'm using my printer as a stand, because that's what you do when you have limited space. So, yeah, we are going to do some painting on this thing, and then we're going to see how it goes. See you later, guys. Okay, so it's been about a couple of weeks now, because I wanted to make sure this was touch dry before moving on with this. And I have just some comments, some basic, yeah, see, it's completely touch dry, yeah. Just have my window open. This doesn't have any leakage at all, which was not advertised. See, this is what's supposed to happen. This is another thing I'll just kind of doodling with. You see how it has like this leak around it? I don't know what the official word is, but when the oil separates from the pigment, what it does is that it leaches onto the canvas below it if you don't have a good layer of gesso, which is why a lot of companies say to have another layer of gesso over whatever canvas you're buying, just to make sure it's secure. In a lot of old canvases, you'll also find it soaked through to the back, so it looks wet. But this has none of that, and for a little bit I was confused as to why. And then I realized that this is a recycled canvas. This is not made out of fabric. This is made out of plastic. It is non-absorbent strictly for what it is by virtue of the fact that it isn't fabric, which I have some concerns about. The pro of it is that it's non-absorbent, which is what some companies, Michael Harding's non-absorbent acrylic primer, which is made to put on top of gesso, whatever, is specifically made so that it doesn't seep into it. So it always has that freshly painted look, which is actually kind of what's happening here. It does look like it's freshly painted. But also, my concern is future conservation. Say for some reason you paint the masterpiece on one of these recycled canvases. It's in a museum, but this thing is made out of recycled bottles. There we go. And yeah, like, how is this going to be repaired? Will future conservators be able to repair this if there's like a hole in it or scratch or mark? But for the short term, the non-absorbency isn't even like part of the advertisement for this thing, which is a little weird. You think like this is made of plastic. It's non-absorbent for oils. You'll have your freshly painted without any extra thing on it. But they don't advertise that, and that is a little suspicious to me. But anyway, those are just my notes from using this straight on. And yes, you saw my little mouse pad. That's actually French fry. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, those are my concerns. Those are for the short term. If you want something just non-absorbent and you don't care if it ends up in the trash in 20, 30 years, okay, this is fantastic. It's non-absorbent. It will always look like it's freshly painted. But if you want something for the long term, I'm not sure I can suggest a canvas made out of plastic, no matter how sturdy it is. So, yeah, now we're going to finish up this bird. So, thank you. Now we're going to paint more bird stuff.